Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Monday, October 3rd, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, I will not be doing a recap today since I did take a couple days off over this weekend, but back at it today and for the rest of the week. And this is the last week of MLB DFS for the regular season, so I won't be doing any MLB DFS videos for the postseason. So this is kind of last week overall for me in general for MLB DFS. I might play here and there in the postseason myself, but not going to be recording videos on the regular. But we do have NBA season starting up in a couple weeks, and then we're right in the middle of football season as well. So definitely going to have videos for both of those. But without going too far down that rabbit hole, we'll be doing the core picks for today as well as the top GPP stacks from my article over at WeBetATS.com. But without further ado, we'll get started with these core picks for today. So at the pitcher position, I'm going to go with Bailey Ober today at $7,300, averaging 26 fantasy points per game on the season. Pitching against the Chicago White Sox, he has starts of 62 and 30 points for them this season. Obviously, the 62.1 was the big one the last time out. Versus this White Sox team, I don't expect him to put up that big of numbers today, but the White Sox really aren't playing for anything at this point in time. They're a team that does like to strike out a little bit. Ober's not like a crazy strikeout pitcher or anything like that, but could be some pretty good upside there. And if we get to, like 40, 42 points today at $7,300, you're still going to be really happy, even if it ain't that 62-point upside. But we know that that ceiling is there overall. Then we move down to first base with Freddie Freeman at $4,300. He's averaging over 12.5 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against the Colorado Rockies and Jose Urena today. He is 14 for 35 with 4 home runs versus him in his career. So it could be some pretty good upside there once again today. Although he has not hit Urena quite as well this year as he has in the past, but still some pretty good upside there as well. Then we move down to second base with Gleyber Torres at $3,500, averaging about 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He goes against the Texas Rangers and Martin Perez today. He is 5 for 16 with 2 home runs versus Perez in his career. Perez is a guy that doesn't always give up a lot of home runs, so that's pretty good history there. So there's definitely some good upside there. The only thing we got to make sure with Torres is make sure he's in that starting lineup today, since they did recently get DJ LeMahieu back as well, and kind of be shifting some of those guys around here and there throughout the rest of the year as they got a little bit healthier. Then we move down to outfield with Mike Trout. He's $4,300, averaging over 13 fantasy points per game, but hitting the ball extremely well as of late. Goes against a rookie pitcher that's not the greatest in the world, Adrian Martinez, and he's 1 for 3 with 1 home run versus him in his career. So some pretty good upside there once again. Then last but not least, we move down to Cody Bellinger at $2,700, averaging just over 8.5 fantasy points per game on the season. Kind of a pay down option here overall. Not a lot of matchups that I'm really wanting to play him in overall, but going against Jose Urena, he's 4 for 6 with 1 home run versus in his career. So a pretty favorable one at that. If you want to switch him off to somebody else, that's definitely fine as well. But kind of our boom bust play for today will be Cody Bellinger overall. And then with that being said, we're just going to make sure that him and Gleyber Torres are actually in the starting lineups. If they are not, then I'll post a pivot option down in the comments below throughout the day. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that I do have listed here, you have $12,900 remaining, just over $3,200 per player. So definitely a lot of different options that you could take today, whether you're not, you want to pay up for another high-priced hitter, whether you want to take a little bit more balanced approach. There's definitely a lot of viable strategies out there since it is an 11-game slate overall. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my article over at WeBetATS.com and talk about my top GPP stacks for today. So the ones that I do have for today are going to be the New York Yankees going against Martin Perez of the Texas Rangers. Perez had a very good start to the year. He obviously was an all-star. Not quite as great since the all-star break, but this Yankees lineup is always potent. Probably going to be popular once again, and they do have pretty good history versus Perez in the past. Then we have the Toronto Blue Jays, who have some pretty good history of their own and a pretty strong lineup. They are going against Dean Kramer today of the Baltimore Orioles. They've hit him pretty well in the past. He's had one good start versus them, though, this season, but still should be some pretty good upside there once again. Then we have the Milwaukee Brewers going against Tommy Henry of the Arizona Diamondbacks, still a very young, inexperienced pitcher. Hasn't been too great at the MLB level. The Brewers have never faced him before, but I'm targeting some of these bats that typically hit left-handed pitching pretty well, most notably Hunter Renfroe once again. And then last but not least, we have the San Diego Padres going against the San Francisco Giants bullpen essentially today. John Brebbia will get the opening start, and then he's likely to be followed by some combination of Shelby Miller, Sean Helge, somebody else in there. There's going to be a lot of guys in this game overall, but do like these Padres hitters overall. But with that being said, these are my core 5 picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, October 3rd. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on today's slate, whether it's someone from my core 5 picks, whether it's someone from my top GPP stacks, or whether it's a completely different player you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you have to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build a community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, primarily MLB and NFL DFS. As I mentioned earlier in today's video, MLB is coming down to the end. The NBA regular season will be coming up in just a few short weeks, so I will be covering that as well. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. Obviously, they're going to be coming to an end in a very short time, but definitely be sure to check them out as well as my NFL DFS core pick videos. And then doing the live streams for the Monday night and Thursday night football, primarily focusing on DraftKings for the single game showdown captain slate. And then obviously if we have a little bit of time, we talk about the FanDuel slate as well, trying to get a couple different guests on with me for that throughout the season. So we'll be seeing a lot of different faces in here overall, but definitely be sure to check that out if you're into NFL DFS as well. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.